What's going on, everybody? This is your boy Tony Hadnight, aka the Nocturnist, and I'm here with my bro,
Kin folk, and we are.
Super Hadnight Bros, and we are a podcast about nothing because a conversation about nothing is a conversation about any and everything. We appreciate everybody for joining in on the show this evening on this
Yeah, man.
fine Monday, February 27th of 2023.
Somewhere in there.
Uh, somewhere in the area. If you are tuning in and you've been tuning in, make sure that you hit that subscribe button if you haven't done it already, and be sure that you like, share, and comment all the good stuff. If this is your first time, welcome to the show, and we hope that you enjoy what's going on today, because we don't talk
Yeah,
about
man.
shit, but we talk about everything.
Talk about anything.
So,
What's been happening, bro?
man, busy. As of course, for all those who follow us know, we usually do it on a weekly basis, but we kind of been here and there because it's just been a lot going on. So just bear with us. But I just did my second martial arts school this past weekend. So I
Yeah,
thought that was
yeah,
actually kind of dope, you know. Yeah, I
yeah.
wish there was a stunt button for the for the podcast, you
Ow.
know. But now I did that and just kind of been real busy with the photo shoots and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
enough about me. You the one out here getting all wined and dined and spoiled and shit.
Yeah, man. Good birthday weekend, bro. I was
Yeah.
out here
Yeah.
having a good time. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I know what the women feel like when they get flued out.
When they get flued, you got flued
When they
out.
get flued out, I didn't get flued out, but you know what I'm
You kind of
saying.
got it's
I
it's
mean,
it's like the
kind of, yeah, kind of.
it's like the driving equivalent
Yeah,
to
yeah,
getting
yeah. But
flued out. You know, it wasn't a 5 hour flight, but it
I
was
didn't have to
probably
get
like a
on no
one and a half
plane and
hour
all
drive.
that. But
So you still got the flued out treatment.
yeah, man, I got taken care of, treated like a man, treated like a king. Had a very enjoyable weekend, man. It was amazing. So
Well, I'm
shout out
glad
to
that
Miss Sean,
everything
appreciate
worked
you.
out. Shout out to Miss Sean. Thank you. We appreciate that. Putting a smile on my brother's face.
Sure
I
appreciate it.
love to hear, it, man.
Yeah, man.
So what else you got going on outside of that?
Oh man, if to start getting ready for turnaround.
Ooh, when it start?
They scheduled me for the 15th, but you know, it can be a couple of days before, a couple of days after, but it's scheduled for the 15th.
Okay.
And
Okay.
I'm working the night shift.
You sound kind of sad.
Nah, I mean it is what it is.
I
It
mean,
is. It is what it
you
is.
you excited to feel how you want to feel. I guess I don't
No,
know.
no, it's just one of them things, man. Like you know, what I'm saying the night shift. Once you work it and you work it 7 days a week, 12 hours a days, you kind of get in that routine. When they
Right.
make you take a fatigue day, you got to take that day off. It throw you out of rhythm. Like you, you, you pretty much you can't sleep. So you get off. I get off at 6:30 in the morning. I get home
Mm-hmm.
around 7ish, something like that. So normally I got enough time to come home, shower, eat if I'm hungry, and then like straight to sleep.
Yeah.
But because if I do that and I'm off that night, I gotta sleep, get up, and then stay up
Yeah.
until the next morning so I can get my regular sleep. That's kind of hard to do.
Yeah.
So most of the time I'll fuck up and fall asleep like at 9 o'clock at night. Now I'm back up
Yeah.
at 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
Now I'm just up for another 24 hours. So it just
You
fucks
got to
you up.
reacclimate yourself to your new cycle of sleeping and like your daily activities or whatever.
Right, right, right. So,
Yeah.
but it is what it is.
Sucks to be you, bro.
Happens, man. Got to get that money.
Gotta get that bread. I ain't mad at it. So what you want to talk
Mhm.
about?
So, for those who don't know, we just did one about the first season of Bel Air.
Yeah.
Not the Fresh Prince of Bel Air, just Bel Air on Peacock or whatever.
Right,
So
right.
we just watched the first episode. It just came out the other day, and kind of wanted to talk about that bullshit.
Get a little recap
So
going.
yeah. So let me get your thoughts on it first before I go in.
um, I thought, I honestly, it felt like it's a bit of a slow start for me. I
Yeah,
mean, but I know it's just because it's the beginning of a brand new season, but I am starting to see, and I could be 100% wrong, but just kind of based off of going what I've seen in the first season, it looks like now the story is really about to take its own path to really become whatever Bel Air is going to be.
oh,
Like
rather
in
than
the last
taking
season,
bits and pieces of like
right,
Fresh Prince.
right. Because you remember the first season, they would not so much take bits and pieces, but they would take certain, I guess, themes and little things here and there, and just try
Right,
to play do a clever spin on it. Whereas this season, at least in this episode, you don't really get any of that. I mean, like I know that we're still probably going to see. Like, I don't think everything's done between Will and his dad yet. I think there's going to
right.
be
They
more
they
to the
they
story
they, they
there.
foreshadowing they did it.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
and by
They
the
they
way,
they go.
if anybody watching, big spoilers.
Spoiler alert.
So
Yeah, spoiler
yeah,
alert.
stop watching
If
if you
you
don't
haven't,
want to know
yeah,
about it.
stop it here and go watch all of Bel Air before we get back into this episode. But yeah, I think they're gonna touch base on that all over again. But overall, I mean, I think it's still gonna be interesting. I think it's gonna be really good. I do feel like the whole part about Will, staying with Jazz and all that stuff, I felt like that part went a little fast. I felt like that could have
It
spanned
did.
over a couple of episodes. But overall, the storytelling and everything seems to be pretty good. You can kind of see what's going on. Like I can see a major story arc going on with Hillary for sure, with the influencer house. I still see that Aunt Viv and Uncle Phil. I do think that they're gonna patch things up more so this season,
Hmm.
but there's gonna be still a little bit of a,
It's gonna be rocky. Yeah.
like, it's not gonna be fully patched up this season, but you
Right.
can kind
Right.
of see them trying to work things out with the whole, now that he's back at work, like in the lawyer's office, and she's doing her art thing and she's dealing with old dude and all this other stuff. So I don't know, man. Like, it's really kind of too early to tell exactly what I think of the season, but I don't think it's gonna be bad,
But
personally.
yet, but yet,
Oh dang! I've been doing all that talking for 15 seconds and ain't got you. Yo, yo,
all
yo.
right, we
Up there
back.
you go. I see you. Okay, so what did you
We
hear me?
back.
What did you hear me say last?
Nah, you was just saying that they patching everything up and whatnot. But so now that we on that or whatever, this is gonna start from the beginning. Um, with Will being gone and at Jazz house.
Right.
My whole thing is I get it. The show is about Will, but like this family had to be the boringest family of all time before this nigga showed up. Because the first 15
True.
minutes of the
Yeah.
show, the first
Yeah.
15 minutes of the show, everybody was, I miss Will. He needs to come back home. I miss Will. Ashley with the whole, you know, I wish, for my birthday, I don't care about this, and that. I just wish Will would come home. Like nobody
Yeah.
cared about nothing else. Everybody's like, oh, that's cool, but it'd be so much better if Will was here. So it's like, what kind of family were y'all before this shit?
Right. It does seem kind of weird because, like, I mean, like, I can see Aunt Viv's attachment to Will because she is his blood nephew. So I can kind of see that
Yeah,
there,
but
but
she wasn't
everybody else,
around
the
that nigga.
cousins. I mean, but I'm saying, like, she knows, if anybody knows him more than anybody else in their house, it would be her. You know what I mean? But no, I agree. Like what the fuck did Will do to make everybody want to be in his company that bad? I kind of feel
I
that.
mean, they
I
was
can
like
agree.
real bad off about it. Like they couldn't do nothing without this nigga being around. And even if they had something exciting going on, if he wasn't there, it was like, oh, Will's not here to enjoy this with us. Nigga, y'all been doing this shit for years without nigga. But
Right, right,
so you
right,
got that bullshit, whatever, that little art to let us know that this is this nigga show. We get it. But
right.
him going over there doing all this stuff, staying at Jazz house and acting like, oh, Uncle Phil don't want to talk to me, this and that. bro, that nigga thought he was doing the best. Making the best decision for you. Because look what happened when your punk ass daddy showed up.
Right. No, I feel that. I feel that. Oh, hey, what's up, MJ? I see your comment right there. But no, I agree. It's just
MJ.
it was a lot of emphasis on Will to say that. I mean, I would guess like in the first season, he had to have stayed with them over a span of like what, a month? you know, like to me, I feel like that's. I
Seems like
mean,
it. Shit. They
it just seems like such a short amount of time
go
for
ahead.
such a big impact. No, I think we got it. I think we got a little bit of delay going on.
Yeah, it's all good. We're working out. But this
Yeah,
nigga shows up, becomes the most popular nigga in the family, at school. He took Carlton, bitch. Like, this nigga did everything within 2 weeks, and everybody was cool.
yeah. It was a very, very, very fast move there. So, hey, Hollywood. That's that's how they tell stories these days, man. They move real quick with it like that. But I guess maybe that's.
Right, but then okay, so go ahead.
Go ahead. No. Go ahead.
So basically, this nigga, decides he want to go ahead and do this shit for Ashley and all this other stuff. For one, these niggas too rich. They pissing me off with that shit. These niggas had a whole yacht for their 13-year-old daughter, bro.
Yeah, that was a lot. That was a lot.
Like,
That's definitely rich people
come
shit.
on, man. This 13 years old and she need a whole yacht. You know how much a yacht costs?
They not cheap. And that was and the
Nigga,
yacht
they
that
not
they
cheap at
had,
all.
and the yacht that they had was like a not even your average, like it was like a deluxe type shit. You know what I mean? So that that had
Nigga,
to
they
be
had
at
that
least
they had the motherfucking yacht on standby.
that was at least I would say about 20 racks. At least. And
Like,
that
come on,
still might
dog.
be low.
That I'm pretty sure it's wet. That's super low.
Yeah. So, but
But he decides he want to go to the party. Everybody kind of seen that shit coming or whatever. But man, Hillary, she was pissing me off by dissing my nigga
because it
Jazz
was
so much, man. Like,
because how she was doing Jazz, yeah. Nah, you know what I thought was kind of fucked up was the fact that
yeah,
Will had been hounding the old girl about trying to talk and this, that, and the other. And as soon as he got as soon as he got on the yacht and he actually started to have a conversation with her, he was just like, "Oh, we're gonna be better off as friends." It was just kind of like,
that
it was
shit
kind of
pissed me
like, well,
off so bad.
why'd you go so hard? Like, why'd you go so hard chasing after her just to basically like break her heart? Like, wasn't that just a little bit fucked up?
It was. Hold on, hold on
Yeah.
one second. Let me see if I can this or try something.
Yeah. Go ahead, do what you do. So anybody that's watching the podcast right now, have y'all seen Bel Air yet?
Oh, testing. God damn it!
I got you. I can hear you.
I think we still got a little delay though.
It's a slight delay, but we gonna work through it until it catch up,
All
or
right,
we'll
bet.
just make it work. Whatever.
But yeah, this nigga was
Everybody that
pissing me
watches
off to the
know about
max.
our stuff.
Struggle
Yeah.
streaming at its finest, nigga.
Big facts. We ain't rich yet, y'all. We can't afford good internet.
Nah, man, honestly, my internet was fucked up earlier. Like, we had an outage for a couple hours.
Oh,
So they just now starting to get our shit back intact. So that might be an issue. But
it
this
could be.
nigga did all of this shit. I'm sick of seeing this nigga cry. It's pissing me off. I'm sick of all of that. Every time this nigga talk to this bitch, he want to cry. And now you want to be homies with her or whatever. Nigga, why? What made this nigga be like, okay, cool. I love you enough to be like, we need a break. Y'all didn't even go through nothing. Y'all already got moved past all the other bullshit.
It just to me it felt like an unnecessary chase. Just very unnecessary pursuit if you was gonna do all that. But that's that, man. I was kind of fucked up. But nah, I agree, man. Like the way Hillary was doing Jazz is real fucked up. But I ain't gonna lie, I do like the way Jazz handled that shit though. Like
That nigga
Jazz
handled
really
it
did
real
handle that
player.
shit. Yeah, he handled it real play. Okay, well, fine. If you don't want to, I'm trying to let you know I'm feeling you, but you know what I'm saying? If you're not going to acknowledge that publicly, then fuck it. It's fair game. So when no girl got in his
Hey,
space, he was like, fuck it.
it is what it is. And she the one got in her feelings or whatever, but she tried to be the hard one. Oh, Jazz, oh, he just a homie or whatever. So a girl was like, cool, I'm gonna throw this nigga this cooch and then see what's happening.
Shit, Hillary changed her mind real
With the
quick.
quickness.
Yeah, so but hey, sometimes you gotta let people know the hard way.
What you mean let him know the hard way? You know what I'm saying? Like if he asked her at the beginning, what's happening? You know what I'm saying? And she was like, nah, this cool, this little situation. Everybody think them situations cute to somebody else fall in line.
Right. I agree. But hey, it is what it is. That's all I can say on that situation.
It is what it is. Damn right.
What else? Oh, what else happened? Jeffrey made a return, kind of, sort
He
of.
showed up
I think
and
I think
they kind of made
uh
him like a little bitch made.
yeah, kind of hat in his hand, tail between his legs, almost kind
Yeah,
of trying to come back and beg for his spot back.
yeah.
Which it's we I, this the foretelling was too obvious there. We know that that's going to happen. So
Okay,
we'll probably
he's
see
gonna
that
come
midway through the
back. He
season.
gonna come back because he gonna have to deal with the recruiting nigga. Something ain't right with that nigga.
Oh, the basketball dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was that now? What was that all about? Like, what you think that was all about?
I honestly don't know. I feel like this nigga is doing some shady shit, getting these kids recruited. And he had an attitude at first and was just like, okay, nigga, you introducing yourself to me for what? But then he balled on this 9-foot nigga for some reason. I don't know how they thought that was real, but whatever. And then
Yeah, that was
when he
virtually
came back, he was
impossible.
like, oh, I know who you are. I seen all your clips and blah blah blah. I want you to give me that raw, rugged shit from motherfucking Philly shit. And it's just like the nigga with the gold teeth. They just kept looking at each other like, I'm like, man, what the fuck they got going on? So I think they supposed to have this nigga doing some illegal street ball shit.
Oh, I mean, yeah, clearly, but it's not so much that to me. It's the whole like, okay, somehow he was able to associate Will with the Banks family. So, like, that's what I'm trying to figure out. I don't know if it's trying to use Will as a way to put it. Like, I don't know if there's a history there with the Banks family and this guy, or if there's some sort of extortion that's gonna happen, or like what's coming out of that? Because he did come off as a little shady, So
He did. And at the end of the day, he was like, he ain't what we thought he was or whatever. It's like, nigga, if y'all know the story, y'all know why he out there. What the fuck? So I think they gonna try to extort. They gonna try to get something out of him or whatever, and he gonna fall
that's
for
what
it for
I'm
the
thinking.
longest. And Uncle Phil gonna have to save him again. And then you know
You
what I'm
know what I
saying?
wonder? You know what I'm thinking? Maybe they are still using references from the show, but just in a really much more clever way. Like the episode when they went to go shoot pool.
Yeah, and he had to pull out Lucille.
You had to pull out Lucille. I wonder if it's going to be something kind of like along those lines with the basketball thing.
Pretty
You
much.
know. And then another thing, it does make sense now when Will broke it off with Lisa. So you know why he broke it off with Lisa, right?
Because he met Jackie.
He met Jackie, who is in the old show that was Tyra Banks' character when he was going to the college.
Yeah, but what Jackie's supposed to be from Philly?
She was supposed to be from Philly. I
Yeah.
mean, they messed all that up anyway, because even Lisa, in that case, she hadn't even dated Carlton in the old show. Like, she didn't meet him until he was in college.
Right, but I mean
She didn't meet
at
Will until he
least
was college.
at least if they was gonna do it, that would have made it a little interesting. Being like a chick come back home, know the situation, and she's out there now or whatever. This chick, she was just hella cocky, and she pulled up on him like with the whole idea of him trying to shoot his shot with her. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it seemed like she was in on the shit with the recruiter and the nigga with the grill.
She very well may be. Like, I think it's gonna be a little bit of a fling. This is gonna be like Will going into his dark side, like you said, getting into some street ball, doing shit that he did in Philly that he was trying to get away from, just kind of going to his old ways. Except that he ain't doing drugs. He just on some on some birdie and above the rim type shit.
Yeah. I mean,
he
it's
go
pretty much what he's doing
he go
above the rim.
he gonna be Wood Harris on above the rim.
That nigga Wood Harris was like 47 in the butter rim, nigga.
That nigga was fucking mad violent in above the rim. This nigga was playing dirty ass ball in that movie, man.
If that nigga should have done anything in the movie, he should have just been a boxer or something, nigga. He wanted to fight everybody, dog.
Man, Wood Harris was basically the hockey goon in basketball.
Yeah, he'd be like, see that nigga over there? Go get him. Go get him.
Like, he wasn't sneaking elbows and headbutts and shit like this. This nigga was straight up just like, nah, I'm doing this shit. We're gonna keep this game going.
What you gonna do, nigga? You gonna call a foul? This street ball, nigga.
For real, because Tupac was running the whole damn thing anyway.
Yeah, so, man, chewing on cigars the whole time for no reason, but whatever.
And razor blades.
These niggas was wilding.
But
that shit with the shit with Jeffrey kind of made it a little weird, man. The way he was acting, he went over there snitching and shit, and kind of begging for his job back, and he just kind of took what the nigga he was from season 1 to this one episode, brought that nigga level all the way down.
Yeah, because it almost seemed as if, and I don't know if it was intentionally written that way, but it could almost kind of come off as he was using Will to pull on their heartstrings to kind of work his way back into the house. So I could kind of see that, because he was like, when he left, he was like, fuck it, like, all right, whatever, I try to be real with you. I was expecting you to give me the same respect, but you want to act like a dick. Fuck it. It is what it is.
Yeah, that he stood on all 10 the whole time. Didn't waver or nothing.
Right. So it's just,
God damn it. About to recycle again.
It just got kicked off. I just saw it. Can you see
back
me?
In? Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, let me okay, it's still recording.
Yeah, we still good.
Okay, we're still good. Okay, I just wanted to make sure it didn't kick us off.
Yeah, I think it kind of synced us back up a little bit.
It did. Again, y'all, we can't afford good internet, so just bear with us in the as we go through these moments.
And y'all take this shit for what it is, god damn it.
You gotta take it for what it is. So, but yeah, it does seem like.
Go ahead.
It does seem like a lot of the story, I mean, of course, it's going to be more focused on Will, but I think that good subplots will be the relationship between Uncle Phil and Jeffrey, and Will, of course, creating a relationship with Jackie and the street ball guys. And I think we see more of Jazz and Hillary, but the one character who still doesn't seem like they're going to get much of a story arc is Ashley, unless they started that in season 1 with the whole, like, she's gonna be gay or whatever.
Well, that's why they jumped. That's
Joe Jones. What's up, Joe?
What's up, Joe? What's happening, my G? But they jumped it and put her as the first episode because a lot of people complained and said she didn't get enough screen time. So this was her plot and everything that's going on. Eventually they're gonna go forward to make sure that she knows if she gay or not, or whatever the hell she gonna be non-binary.
It's whatever it is, she's gonna be whatever that's gonna be, and that's just only to stay with the times or whatever. So
either way, she's not gonna be straight. That's the whole thing.
No, right, but it just, I'm still getting the feeling that she's probably gonna be she's gonna be the Meg of the show. You know what I mean? Like,
shut up, Meg.
Yeah, she's not like, I mean, not. Not in terms of like being like disrespectful to her. It just seems like they won't have a lot to write for her until her
There's nothing
character
to
gets
write. The
older.
only reason she's in there is so they can have the LGBTQ plus community in there.
Yeah, I guess that was their way to write it to kind of like showcase the new youth or whatever. I don't
Yeah,
know.
but they should have done it with a fucking adult. Not that shouldn't be the new youth. My kid shouldn't be worried about sucking pussy at
Eh,
12.
it's 2023, man. You know how it is.
Just saying, but yeah.
That was raw as hell.
I'm just saying that shouldn't be the thing on their goddamn mind.
Yeah, you're right, MJ. Somebody got to be gay. It's 2023, so it is what it is, man. Yeah.
Yeah, so what you think about like the whole situation with Hillary and the homegirl or whatever? Like Hillary keep making it seem like, oh, we partners, but a homegirl put up all the money for everything.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I I kind of I kind of feel where Hillary is coming from, but I agree. It's kind of like, well, at the end of the day, old girl owns the house,
She owns
so
everything. So you're not a partner when you didn't put in. You used me to buy you out of your goddamn contract. And that was it.
wait, hold on. Joe just said Kim Folk just pimp seed the interweb.
Fucking right.
who
I'm
who
just
that
saying,
who
man,
that
that shouldn't be something that's on their mind, dog. That's all I'm saying.
it shouldn't. That's the whole thing. Is just oh yeah, they definitely did it on Best Man. We talked about that on the Best Man episode, the Best Man episode, where
His
Lance was
son,
trying to get his son to be in a football, and his son ended up being
big gay.
whatever he is. Well, he didn't even want to call himself gay because remember he goes
Oh,
by the
he was
pronouns.
non-binary or whatever.
So he called himself they, but new age. you know.
Look, if your kids don't know how to write a goddamn check, they shouldn't be fucking. That's all I'm saying, dog. If they teach them how to write a check first. Why are y'all so worried about what these kids doing, dog? This shit crazy.
I mean,
that's what's wrong with these
yeah.
kids now. They be thinking they grown and they don't know shit. But they worried about who touching who and who doing what. Man, get it together.
They got to write it in there, man. It's. I mean, but that goes back into that conversation we had on the last episode where it's talking about the whole representation. But I will say, to be fair, as far as like the Best Man and Bel Air, to be fair, those parts of the story don't take the full stride. Like right. I can see it
didn't
actually.
I mean, it was thrown in your face, but it didn't overtake the subject.
It's not about the representation. It just happens to be. It's about representation, but it's not all about representation.
I just don't. They could have done it to anybody else in there, but Ashley, why it had to be the little kid? Make it some adult who can make a decision like that or whatever. That's all.
I think it's just because now it's a time where kids that young are much more comfortable expressing themselves. And the only reason I know that is because I've had coworkers who had gay kids or whatever you want to call it, and I'm talking about like mad young, like 9, 10, 11, 12, basically it's just saying like, hey, look, it is what it is. I'm gay, so that's, like I said, it ain't like how it was when we were kids, when if you said some shit like that, your daddy flipped the dinner table over or something like that.
But. Yeah. But I mean, at the end of the day, you come on, man. This ain't like everybody knew that shit, dog. You remember, I'm not gonna say the nigga name, but we used to go to the YMCA.
I know who you're talking about.
And Momo used to always say the nigga was fruity and had sugar in his tank. She, you know what I'm saying, called him Miss Thing. Adults know the nigga gonna be gay, but nigga, you too young to be even worrying about that, needing the whole fucking world to know that shit. Don't nobody give a shit, nigga. Did you graduate?
I think that if a kid feels that way, just they already know they're gonna be like that. But I think a lot of times it's more so the parents try to forced it on a lot of other people. And
Yeah,
so I think the big thing is that, you know, like you said, and this is not just about gay people, it could be straight people, whoever, like that kind of sexual romance and stuff like that should not
yeah.
even be a thought in somebody that young's
That's all I'm
like that's not
saying,
even on
dog.
their agenda.
We shouldn't be promoting that shit for the young people, man. God damn, like these niggas got a lot to learn about life in general. They don't know what the fuck going on out here. These kids dumb as hell.
Yeah, yeah. So it is what it is. When was the last time y'all watched Harlem Nights? Uh Man, it's been a while since I seen Harlem Nights, but I mean, how can you forget Harlem Nights? You know what I'm
Harlem Nights was
saying?
the shit, dog.
And you know what was dope about Harlem Nights? Like when
Everything.
you really, yeah, I mean, yeah, but like when you really pay attention to it, you don't realize how star-studded that movie really was.
And it made it
Like,
work.
and it worked. It was an ensemble cast that actually worked. Like you know, you forget that Robin Harris was in that movie. You forget that Charlie
Charlie
Murphy
Murphy
was
was
in
in
there.
there.
Miguel Nunez was in there. Arsenio Hall,
Yeah.
Della Reese, Red Fox, Richard Pryor, Leela Rashawn. Like it was so many
Everybody was
people
in
in
that
that
joint.
movie, man. And it
And
just happened to
it was good
work.
because you know how when they just throw a whole cast together because they think it's gonna be good, and it just don't turn out the way they want. This one, it flowed. Everybody played their part, and that was it. Nobody was trying to
But you
overdo
know,
nobody. Nothing.
but you know what's funny about Harlem Nights? I think it was actually a commercial flop. I
Yeah,
think it was a
it didn't
commercial
do good
flop.
in the
It's just
in the
it's just on some
it
hood
didn't do
shit. It's a
good in the
classic.
movies and shit. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a hood classic, but
Yeah, man. That nigga say, well shit, let me take you home, man. He say, man, let me take you to your mom. She dead. Oh, your pops, he dead. Say, damn, would you kill him? Nah, they just dead.
um the funniest part to me, I know a lot of people think about the fight scene between him and Della Reese, but
Yeah.
the funniest part to me is after he killed Jasmine Guy, when there
And
was a bed. He went to
yeah.
Richard
That shit was
Pryor,
hilarious.
and Richard Pryor was kind of like,
Yeah.
Richard Pryor was like, so how was it? He was like, oh, I killed her. Oh, the pussy was that good? Nah, I mean, I killed her. Damn, the pussy was that bad?
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
shit,
that shit was
that shit
hilarious.
was hilarious, man. But oh, and the other part at the end of the movie when he get locked up in the safe, the detective, and he was like, take small breaths, and he tried to play
Yeah.
hard with it. And he was just like,
Yeah, man.
nah,
That
MJ,
movie,
nah,
that's what
hold up.
Sunshine was, dog. You know what I'm saying? You get that sunshine, toss it in there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it just seemed
That's
it
what
seemed like every
it taught
movie.
us everything we need to know.
It just seemed like every movie Leela Rashawn was in with Eddie Murphy, she played that same like super like happy-go-lucky character, you know. I mean,
Yeah,
even
that
though in Harlem Nights
sunshine
she
though.
was in Harlem Nights, she of course she was playing old boy, but like
Man, she was a
the
toot, bro.
personality
She was a
still,
whole toot.
huh?
She was a prostitute.
Oh yeah, yeah, big facts. But I mean, she still had like this whole like sunshine personality. You know what I'm saying? Kind
Yeah.
of like how she did in Boomerang. I almost wonder if that was kind of like a little a little like hidden
Little
Easter egg in
nod.
Boomerang, just kind of,
Yeah.
huh? You know what I'm saying? Where
Like a
she
little nod to her character.
to her character, right, right. So I don't know. You can't really just say you can't mention Harlem Nights and just be like, nah, that shit wasn't funny. I punch anybody in the chest who say that shit ain't funny. Just like
Punch a nigga
straight
right in
up,
the chest. But
just
between
cave that shit
that one
in.
in life was another one where you had all of these comedians in there and it worked.
You know what? Life turned out a hell of a lot better than I thought it would when I went to go see
Yeah.
it. Life was good as hell. That shit was funny as hell. My favorite part, and I'm pretty sure it's a lot of people's favorite part, but it was the eye to Pappy part.
Yeah. Because everybody broke character. Just like you just fucking froze.
Yeah, I just saw that. That's some
Yeah,
bullshit.
yeah. God damn it.
God damn it.
But
Um,
I think it keeps trying to sync us back up. I think that's what's happening.
yeah, I got raggedy internet too, so I
Yeah.
apologize for all y'all watching.
No,
But yeah,
fuck
like
that.
I
Y'all
just I
going
like
through it with us, man. Fuck that. They got to
y'all
go
gonna
through
go.
the suffering.
We all struggling together. God damn it. But yeah, that scene, I did like that laugh because it was like real candid and genuine. So
Yeah, man. It
that
was
was
real
that was a
life.
pretty good one. But another thing that I wanted to talk to you about, did you listen to the song?
Yeah, that shit was dope as fuck.
What you thought about MC Ren part?
MC Ren was actually way harder than I thought he was.
That's exactly what I said. I tell you, man, look, that's that same song I sent you. I was okay. Let me just kind of rewind a little bit. So I just subscribed to Paramount Plus. And if you don't have Paramount Plus, and if you are an 80s baby, grew up in the 90s, you watched Yo MTV Raps. Well, guess what? Yo MTV Raps is on Paramount Plus. So I was
What?
watching the end up.
Let me put that shit back on.
Yeah, Paramount Plus got Yo MTV Raps. And I'm talking about like Fab Five Freddy, Ed Lover, and Dr. Dre. Like Yo MTV Raps. Like the Yo
I
MTV
just
Raps you
got
know and love.
I just subscribed back to the shit.
but no, so I was watching the episode where they were in it where Fab Five Freddy was interviewing NWA. And so they played the
When they was
video to
taking
the
the they was like on the trailer.
yeah, they was really kind of all over the place, but there was one
Yeah.
scene where they were on a trailer.
Okay.
I don't know if this was like I don't know if this was after Ice Cube left. I almost want to say it was because he did it. They did an episode separately with him just by himself.
Yeah,
But
because that one I remember he wasn't with them. Yeah.
he wasn't with them. But they played that video to that song that I sent you,
Yeah.
and it was CPO featuring MC Ren. And when MC Ren's verse came on, I was like, I had no idea. So it kind of goes back to a
You
conversation we
couldn't
had
because
before.
at the time,
It was Ice Cube. Damn, you just froze up on me. Wake up. Wake up. There you go. Okay, I see you moving around.
all right.
Okay. But yeah, and it is trash today.
They trying to block our shine, man.
They're trying to block our shine. We ain't gonna let the haters stop us. So what was I saying before it all froze up?
That so basically, I mean, I was just saying that you wasn't gonna know he was that hard because you had Ice Cube and Eazy-E already and Dr. Dre. So everybody else was just background players. So you kind of forgot he was around.
Right. And so I was talking to Fred the other day. Shout out to Fred.
What up,
I
Fred?
basically I sent him that link and I was like, dude, I had no idea MC Ren went that hard. He was like, man, MC Ren is always going hard. He said that if you damn, y'all got me cracking up tonight. I got to get on some work shit. I will catch the rest of this on YouTube. Well. All right, Joe. Appreciate you for tuning in, man. But yeah, nah, I showed him the video and he was like basically saying like you got to go listen to his first solo album, and that's when you really get to see him like do his thing.
Yeah,
But ever since then, I told Fred, I said, you know what? I'm gonna look at MC Ren as basically like NWA's Inspector Deck. He's your silent killer,
right.
you know. Because like Inspector Deck, you know, again, we talked about it before, but when you think Wu-Tang Clan is always Method Man, Raekwon, and Ghostface Killer, and Old Dirty Bastard.
Yeah,
But you forget about You God and all and Inspector Deck and all that. Well, that's the same way I feel. Like you said, Ice Cube, he was such a prolific writer that he kind of took the shine a little bit.
right.
But shit, when Ren get on that mic, he a cold motherfucker.
Yeah, but then okay, so because that shit was pretty much before us, even though we were listening to the music,
We didn't know.
Excuse me. We didn't know who was who sometimes. They all kind of
Right.
had the same similar voice. So you couldn't really tell the difference between him and Dre.
Right. So I don't know, man. I just think I guess maybe in my older age, I've been like retroactively listening to a lot of hip hop that we listened to
Right.
back then because again, like when we were that young, we wasn't understanding what the hell they were saying.
Nah,
Like
man.
you could recite the words, but you didn't know what they were
Yeah,
saying. So
like
like
dope
now
man,
going back,
them niggas was talking about like the dope man on the corner. And even though it
yeah.
sounded cool, now that being there, done that, know exactly what this nigga was talking about.
And that's the other thing. That's the other thing is that even that old shit from the 80s and 90s, like there's a lot of shit that you can listen to when you really absorb it and be like, damn, I can really relate to that shit. Because now you've had certain life experiences that
Right.
those guys had gone through at the time, and at a certain age, you can just kind of be like, yeah, I felt that. I felt that.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
and although I'm not a gangster, never been a drug dealer, never did none of that shit, but listening to that shit still kind of put you in the mood to just be like,
I want to
but
sell some
what
dope.
if?
I
But
want to
what
sell some dope.
if? And that's kind of how I felt when I was listening to that MC Ren verse on that song.
Yeah.
It was just like, okay, he cold.
He was cold. I just wish, man, I wish DOC got a little more respect as well, because he was out there killing that shit. But then I mean, everything with the accident fucking up his vocal cords kind of, slowed his career down to where he could just basically write for everybody.
GLC still won in the end. I don't care what nobody say.
Because he got Erykah
Erykah
Badu.
Badu. He knocked up Erykah Badu.
Look, man, I was talking to Miss Sean about this, and I know people probably gonna say I'm crazy, but bear with me.
Okay.
I think she's Sting.
You think what?
I think Erykah Badu Sting.
Like STANK Stank?
Yeah, like not as like her music or nothing like that. I
No,
mean,
I
like
know what you're saying.
Like she funky.
Why you think that? Because
she don't believe in like deodorant and soap and shit. They use them crystals. How the fuck a crystal? You just rub it on your body, you smell good. That don't even make sense.
Because she's an earthy girl.
Yeah, she stank.
Well, apparently can't be too bad.
I'm just saying. I'm just assuming. I don't know. I've never been close to her, but I just don't imagine rubbing crystals over your body takes the funk out of your body.
Can't be too bad. She done got pregnant by 3 rappers.
That's because she got ass, bro. Don't nobody care when you got ass.
She used to smash another rapper.
Yeah,
but
him
okay, funny.
look, man. People know dudes will hit anything, dog. If it's presented and it's a woman, they'll hit it. So you can't tell me there's never been a time, and no disrespect to my sister-in-law, this is in the past, but I'm pretty sure there's a time where you've been with a young lady and something just wasn't right, and you muscle through that shit.
I have to think on that.
No, you know it's there. You muscle through some shit.
No, I'm serious. I'm serious. I really would have to think on that.
I'm just saying, as soon as the panties come off, you had a scent and you was like, this shouldn't be like this, but we here now, and you just muscle through it. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know if I've been in it. I mean, I'm not saying I haven't. I'm just saying I have to think about it. Nothing really comes to my mind where like anything has just been that rife to just be like, cripes, man.
I mean, yeah, if it's to a point to where it's just like, okay, like you smell like three dead bodies off The Walking Dead, then yeah, you just get up out of there. But at the end of the day, if it's enough, if it's enough for you to hold your breath for a couple of strokes, you're all right.
And ladies and gentlemen, we will be banned from YouTube after tonight.
We came back just to get cut off.
It's just to get cut off. It's okay. It's all jokes. It's all jokes. People, don't take nothing we say seriously. We just on some bullshit right now.
I'm just saying. But yeah, the nigga, he be rapping his ass off.
I like how that came full circle. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah. That's pretty much all I got on MC Ren. I like I said, I didn't know. Fred made real good sense of it. We talked about it too, because he was basically saying like, if you really think about it, NWA was almost like the perfect group because really and truly everybody kind of played their part. Like Cube was the
Right.
writer, Dre was the producer. Well, Dre, no. Cube was the writer. Let's see, Cube was the writer. Dre was the mastermind. Um, who else was
Easy
in
E was the
NWA?
money.
Easy E was the face
He was the
and the
money.
money. Yellow was kind of like the party boy,
The
and
DJ.
then Ren was the silent, like the silent
Yeah.
assassin.
Yeah.
Which it's like we say, every group,
Has
every
one.
group always gonna have that one guy that go harder than the front man that you
Yeah.
think. I can say the same thing about a Tribe Called Quest. I love a Tribe Called Quest. I love Q-Tip. I am a big fan of Q-Tip.
Yeah.
But I would be lying if I said, "Oh wow, my phone my watch talking to me."
Hey, tell her to
But
shut
I
the
would be
fuck up.
lying, right? I would be lying if I said that Fife did not go harder than Q-Tip.
Fife
Because
went
Fife
hard.
definitely went harder than Q-Tip.
But people, the reason people didn't really pay attention is because of Q-Tip's voice.
Q-Tip's voice definitely
It was
a unique
different,
voice.
and you can pick it out no matter where you're at.
And granted, and look, people, before y'all start defending Q-Tip and saying, well, he's called the abstract for a reason, I understand that his lyrics are abstract. So you have to really think about the shit that he's saying. And I know what Q-Tip be saying. Like, don't get it twisted. Like, I know
Oh
what
yeah.
Q-Tip be saying. But
God damn it, we back at it.
you got me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
But overall, I think that Fife was just a little bit better because not only was he good lyrically and could put bars together, but he had a dope ass delivery. Like Fife's delivery was always like real. It was the way he just kind of like rode the beat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was just something about he delivered the shit. So again, every group gonna always have that one guy that should get more shine, but he just don't get it because some odd reason the other guy. I think it's because frontmen always have more charisma in a sense.
They do something that make them stand out or whatever. Because
Right.
when Outkast was Southern Playalistic, they was just neck and neck. It was neck and neck. And then as soon as Andre came out with all this furry shit and them boots and whatnot, then that nigga started standing out.
I know. See, okay, Outkast. I have to say Outkast is an exception. I have to say Outkast is an exception, only because
Big Boy go hard as fuck.
Neither one of them to me really outshine each other.
They didn't, but when you say the front man and the charisma,
yeah,
the shit
Andre
changed when that nigga started doing, the get up.
Yeah, after he smashed Erica. When he started wearing wigs and shit. But I get what you're saying. But I'm just talking about as far as like talent overall. Like, okay, we talked about the St. Lunatics and like how Nelly was a front man. People love Nelly.
Murphy Lee went way harder.
Murphy Lee went way harder. I don't know if I would say that MC Ren went harder than Ice Cube.
Nope. I'm not gonna say it.
I'm not. You know what?
He still went hard though.
I'm not gonna go there because I ain't finna have Ice Cube fans running me off the road. But
nah,
man, MC Ren.
Dude. The internet don't want you to do it. It froze your ass.
Me some bullshit, man. I hate the internet tonight.
Nah,
sorry,
cool.
people watching.
Stuff out.
We're going through, y'all going through, like we said, y'all going through the struggle with us. Fuck it.
We're gonna have a fire ass edit.
Yeah, probably. God damn it, I forgot what I was saying. Oh, yeah. I'm not gonna say that MC Ren was better than Ice Cube.
Because you can't.
But I'm also gonna say that Ice Cube wasn't better than MC Ren.
Okay, so you gonna keep him neck and neck?
I kind of want to put him neck and neck because MC Ren is dope. Like,
well, I'm gonna say for me, I'm not comfortable even saying it only because I heard the one song with him without NWA.
Yeah, No, I
So
listened to some of
I'd
his
have to
episodes.
listen to way more shit without NWA to see where he
Right.
lands.
No, actually, you should listen to him with NWA.
No,
That's the
I
thing.
get that, but I'm saying to make sure he's completely separate from this nigga, to be able to say, okay, you came up with this concept, you did this rhyme, you did that. If you do it with NWA, Q basically came up with the concepts and all of that shit, so he just had to go along with what was going on. So,
Right.
you know, hey, that was a 2,
I,
man. That shit was weak.
what?
Oh, my bad. I thought you burped. That was him? That shit was weak. Oh, hey. Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, you
but yeah,
fucked. You fucked that whole conversation up. I don't know what the hell's going on
don't
right
worry
now.
about it. It was nothing.
Oh yeah. So you still haven't gotten a chance to watch any of the episodes of Ren and Stimpy, right?
Okay, I've seen them in the past. I haven't seen them as an adult. No, but I do remember
Ah,
them, and you know,
well,
it was never
I
for kids. We get it.
nah, it's not so much that though. Like, I don't know. I've been watching it recently,
Mm-hmm.
and it's gross. It is funny, and of course, it's definitely not for kids. But I think
Right.
one thing that you really didn't notice on Ren and Stimpy as a kid when you were watching it, if you go back and watch it now, you realize that a lot of the episodes aren't funny, nor were they written to be funny.
Well,
Like,
they had no purpose.
no, it wasn't so much no purpose. If you really look at the underlying themes between a lot of the episodes, all of them were about like mental, like they were really about mental health.
That's why they had
If
Space Madness.
not just Space Man, I mean Space Madness was definitely on the funnier end, but it was like I don't know. What's his name? John Chris, the guy that created it.
I don't know.
I think he was depressed. I think because there was a lot of depression going on. Like if you really think about Ren was a fucking psychopath. Like
He was crazy as shit.
a straight up psychopath. This motherfucker would snap in like fucking at the drop of a dime.
Okay,
Or he
so
would get like
were they a couple? Was that confirmed?
nah, yes and no.
Okay.
Yes and no. I think they kind of confirmed that in like one of the more newer episodes. I don't know if you ever remember the special where it was called Ren and Stimpy's adult
And
party show.
they tried to reboot.
It wasn't so much a reboot. I think it was almost kind of like a not so much a lost episodes, but it was just something that they decided to do new.
Okay.
It was like it was a few episodes, and it was definitely adult themed. Like it
Yeah.
wasn't like this one was definitely it was intentionally written this way.
Oh yeah, because they had titties and everything in there.
Yeah, but there was a couple of scenes in there where they really kind of like played on the whole like they were gay or whatever.
Yeah.
So but you could see it in the kids show too, like without them saying it. But I think that's what was genius about Ren and Stimpy too. Like watching it back in the day was that as adult oriented as it may have seemed, or as unchildlike it was, they wrote it and executed it in a way to where like they were able to push that envelope. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Like they could push the envelope like legally without this like and confuse the censors, because the censors would be like, okay, well, are like they're gay. We know that they're gay,
But they
but
never said it.
they never said it, and they're not doing enough
Right.
to make it obvious.
Yeah.
But you know it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was a lot of the stuff that they did in Ren and Stimpy, and I think that's what I appreciated about it.
But only
at the
only
time.
adults knew it. I don't think kids really paid attention to it because we didn't give a shit about that. We just seen these cat and dog do some very violent, gross shit.
Yeah, you saw it. I mean, and even as a kid, you understood some of the jokes, but you only that okay. I think that's what I'm trying to say. The jokes were layered.
Yeah.
So as a kid, you only saw the joke from like the surface value of it.
Yeah.
As an adult,
You've seen it all.
you really understand the joke. You'd be like, I cannot believe that this shit flew past. Like, how is this able to go on Nickelodeon?
How'd they get away with this shit?
How did they get away with this? But again, it's just like that's just how they were so brilliant at it, because it was just like, yeah, we gonna go there, but we're gonna do it in a way to where the censor's gonna be like, well, we can't censor it, you know.
Yeah.
It is
Let's
what it
put it on.
is.
Let's put it on TV and see what happens.
But here's the other thing about Ren and Stimpy that I think a lot of people don't realize. Ren and Stimpy was like a pioneer in the game.
As
Like, if you
far
really
as
think about it, okay, I'm just thinking about all the cartoons that wouldn't exist if Ren and Stimpy wouldn't have came out.
like the show with the
Like, you
little
would
devil,
Cow and Chicken, you would never
cow and
have Cow
chicken.
and
Yeah.
Chicken. Shit, you damn near wouldn't have Dexter's Laboratory. You wouldn't
Okay.
have Powerpuff Girls. You wouldn't have SpongeBob SquarePants, Cat Dog, like all the Two Stupid Dogs.
Yeah.
Like, Ren and Stimpy was like the show that pioneered that shit. If you really, really, really think about it, because
Okay.
they all had like that. Not all of them had gross out humor, but they all had like jokes that would fly over your head when you were a kid.
Right.
Because if you think about it, Dexter's Laboratory and all of other shows, they was on that shit too.
Yeah.
Except that it was a little edgy, but not as edgy as Ren and Stimpy. So I think people don't give that show the credit that it deserved, man, because it was definitely a pioneer in the game, especially like in the 90s. You know, the 90s is edgy as fuck anyway.
Yeah, man. I just got through watching this update on the new, well, I don't know what the fuck you call it, the X-Men cartoon. You know, it's coming back.
X-Men 97.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they were basically talking about the animation and you know the storylines and all of that good shit. And that was one of the ones that a lot of people fell off on because we didn't pay attention to that shit. It was just a cartoon, but pioneered some shit.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say pioneered.
Man,
But
Silver Surfer, Spider-Man.
okay, you got all that, but that's only from the Marvel perspective. If
So
you really want to, I give it to Batman. I got to give it to Batman.
Batman was dope as shit, and it was long running.
I got to give it to Batman because Batman was the one. It took the character back to the serious dark shit because of what Michael Keaton did in the movies, because we know it's all based off of that.
Hey, you remember when that nigga was like, he was like, put your cowl, take your cowl off, and that nigga had this random ass bandana. Yeah, and he made that. Why did he have this bandana on though? Like at any point, you just thought when somebody capture you, they gonna take your damn cape and cowl off, and you just got a bandana like that's hiding your identity, nigga.
Oh,
like,
you remember you remember the episode? It was Batman that planned the whole thing all along anyway.
Yeah.
So he already knew. It was already pre-calculated. Remember he was disguised as the fat mobster dude.
Right.
And he was like, go get this cape and cowl for me. That was really Bruce Wayne dressed up as old boy. So Batman played the game. But it was funny.
You had a do-rag on, my dog.
Yeah, and they had no waves.
You had a do-rag on. I wouldn't understand it.
But I would have to give credit to that cartoon. And then X-Men was right there, like it came like right after.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm not saying that it didn't play its part, because it definitely played its part and expanded upon that type of cartoon. But it was definitely Batman. And honestly, when you think about it, Batman was a little bit more serious and a little bit more darker too.
Well, the beginning of X-Men was a little more darker because they had more adult themes with the relationships, the what you call it, the throuple or whatever. They had niggas dying in the first episode, like a nigga died.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it was a little more serious.
Like the first 2 or 3 seasons for sure.
Yeah.
I think, and I think everybody kind of can agree, X-Men kind of fell off after the Phoenix Saga. Let's keep it 100%. Like once the Phoenix Saga was over, we lost interest in X-Men real fast.
But okay, since they rebooting it though and whatnot, like, are you gonna watch them?
I probably will, because okay, I'm excited, but my expectations aren't high.
Mine ain't
One,
either.
because I know that a lot of the voice acting cast are coming back, and but this is also like 20 something years later. So are they going to
Right.
still
So
have
they're gonna be
that
including new
charisma and
shit into it.
energy? Well, I'm just saying, are
Right.
they going to still have that charisma and energy to really bring that life to that character that we once loved? Or is it kind of like, oh, we fix to just get a paycheck for this
I
job?
think it's just gonna be a paycheck, quick and
That's
easy.
how I'm feeling about it too. I don't
And I think I feel like I have a feeling it's gonna be agenda based.
um well, ideally that's what all of X-Men is about anyway. If you
Well,
really think about it.
it was about prejudice.
Well, that's my point. Like it was about that. So of course, X-Men was about representation. That's what the whole forefront of the story was. They just did it in a really cool way.
They shit was
And
about actually just like black and white folks.
but I think they're gonna. I mean, yeah, they're gonna definitely do it in this new cartoon. There's no way we see that. Come
Yeah.
on, that's gonna happen. So I'm not. I'm already expecting that, but I'm just saying, like, I don't. I'm curious to know what the production value is gonna look like. Overall.
I saw the like screenshots of it. It's gonna be pretty much trying to be as similar as it was back then, but a little more smoother. That's it.
Yeah. See, I
Like
wasn't because I
the
wasn't.
colors are a lot lighter. Um, it's not as dark to the eye or whatever.
Yeah, I know what you're saying because I remember, like in the first couple seasons, it was very detailed and
Heavy shadowing.
shadows and shading and stuff like that. Whereas, it depended too because they had like several different animation studios working on the
Right.
one show. One episode it would look like season one. The next episode it would look like shit.
Yeah.
Like how the last episode looked.
Right.
That series finale was horrible.
They rushed the fuck out of
So,
that shit.
but I'm also wondering if that's the whole reason why they're bringing it back because it felt like the series finale was just it kind of left us with a sour taste.
No,
At least it did for me.
honestly, I think they bringing it back because everybody ran out of ideas on shit. So people just bringing everything back.
Oh, we're getting back on reboot culture. Is that
Yeah.
what it is?
Yeah.
It could be. And I mean, again, that's just another way to get us people who grew up with it to kind of get excited behind something. But I've stopped. I'm over the whole like using nostalgia for
Money. It's a big money grab.
supporting something. Because I said the same thing about this new Flash movie that's coming out. Everything that I saw in that trailer, that's probably the best parts of the movie. I'm not fixing to waste my money. I'll wait for it to come out on HBO Max, So I mean, it's don't get me wrong. I think it's dope to see Michael Keaton come back as Batman. But
they rushing everything Marvel did, so they got to do something. They got because supposedly it's a possibility that all of them are gonna be in it, even Christian.
Nah, I think it's just gonna be maybe that's something they're telling us. It could be. But I can see that the premise of the story is going to be basically Flashpoint Paradox. Yeah. Not so much the premise, but like it's going to be heavily inspired by.
It should be because it was a dope ass movie.
It was a dope ass movie,
but so they ruined it by showing us him saying I'm Batman like in the trailer.
Yeah, they like should have left that out of the trailer, but we get it. DC used it as a cash grab.
Yeah.
So if people are going to go see it. And I'm not knocking anybody that's gonna go see it, but I ain't buying it. I ain't falling for it.
Watching it for free.
And on top of that, Michael Keaton like 70 years old, which means that any fight scenes that's gonna involve him is not gonna be him. It's gonna be straight up CGI or fucking what they did to Paul Walker in the last Fast and Furious movie, where they put a young body and just like put his face on it with the.
It ain't gonna be no long shots of a fight. I tell you that it's gonna be a whole bunch of clips.
Yeah, facts. Because they did that shit. They did that shit in Cobra Kai. So I remember. Yeah. I remember the first season of Cobra Kai when fucking what's his name? The bad guy, the old bad guy, John Kreese.
Yeah.
When they was like. That first season, they tried to let old boy the actor that plays him. They was like, "Yeah, go ahead, do the fight scenes." While I was watching him fight, the moves wasn't crisp. He was moving like an old man.
He was
So I
moving like Steven
remember,
Seagal.
yeah. So I remember in one of the later seasons when he was in prison, he had gotten into a fight.
Yeah.
And when they got into the fight, it wasn't him. They like used the guy that played this young version to do the fight.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I said, I know why they did that shit because old boy can't move like that no more.
They get it. I get it, man. 80 years old, dog.
He gonna be on this old man shit. So it's just kind of like I really don't want to see Michael Keaton as I want to see Michael Keaton as Batman, but like for what? He ain't gonna fight. Like, and I think Michael Keaton it looks good for his age, and he probably does move around good for his age. But I mean, come on, he's 70-something years old.
Yeah, it's just not on film, it's not gonna look that great.
When was the last time you seen Nick Fury run in an Avengers movie?
I think it's never ran in a movie.
Because Samuel Jackson is 70-something years old.
Yeah, yeah.
Sure. So, yeah, man. I guess back to what we were talking about, like using that old shit to try to reel us in. I'm not falling for it.
It's still gonna work. It works every time.
It works because it's a mind game.
Yeah.
It's so simple. It's actually brilliant, really. It's smart. I'm not gonna knock that, but
that's why Disney started doing every Disney cartoon movie that they ever made. They doing live action just so we can watch it.
Yeah, and you know what? I've seen the live action version of. Oh shit! I think I done watched a few Disney movies live action. Never mind.
Yeah, like that. I think I watched Lion King.
I saw Lion King, didn't like it. I saw Aladdin. Aladdin was all right. It was okay.
I didn't watch.
Oh wait, no, I never watched Beauty and the Beast. I did watch this one special that they had on where they did a play and like they kind of mixed the animated version with a play. And what's the girl name? She's real famous right now. Her. She played the main character.
Oh, okay.
Like that was all right, but like yeah, just overall it's just I can live without it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So. But I mean, as far as like the X-Men thing go, I pray that it's good because Marvel needs to do something.
Yeah, because they lagging right now, man. They behind on DC.
They need to do something because I'm not even talking about an animation. I'm just talking about
for the new phase.
I'm just talking about anything because I'm almost certain that the new X-Men cartoon is gonna somehow still be tied to the MCU.
Well, that's what they were talking about because now that they have it, they can add more characters into the show.
Yeah, I think they're gonna be tied to the MCU to some degree. So that's what I'm saying. Like if they're gonna bring this cartoon back, like I really hope that they put their all into it. My expectations are not necessarily high, but I guess we're just gonna have to wait till we see. I'm really hoping that Phase 5 or whatever Marvel's coming up with in the future is just good, so they can get their shit together. Because I actually just heard that Ant-Man was trash. I haven't seen it yet. Yeah, it's not getting good reviews.
Oh, it's because it's a filler movie.
Still, like you would think that if they're going through such a hard time with these movies right now, why are they like still putting out shit? You know what I'm saying?
They have to, man. People got to fulfill their contracts.
I know that. I'm just saying, like, I don't know. I guess
that's all it is. They slap a movie together. They Tyler Perry in this shit, bro. They write it down tomorrow, we record and send it out next week. That's it.
They could very well be Tyler Perry in that shit because that one movie Tyler Perry did that came out on Netflix a few years ago. Boy, that was shitty production value.
They say ashtray, bitch.
What movie was that? That was
I don't know.
What was the name?
That had a horrible wig on. I know that.
The chick did too. I swear it was one scene.
They had one nigga drinking air.
Yeah, it was one scene where the dude had water in his cup, and then like it went back. No, he never had water in his cup. He was just drink. Yeah, you're right.
He didn't have nothing on his plate either. Nigga was eating on the empty plate.
It was one scene where the chick was in jail or somewhere, and the main character, and she had a wig
Yeah.
on, and like one scene, the wig was on one way, and then it cut from her, and it went back, and then the wig was on another way. It was almost
It
like
was
that.
so sideways.
It was like that. I don't know if you ever remember that Ray J interview on the Breakfast Club a couple years ago, where every time they
Which
put the
one,
camera
man?
on Ray
Because
J,
that nigga's hilarious, bro.
every time the camera went back to Ray J, his beanie was on weird, like on a different way.
Yeah.
That's that's what that movie. That's what that lady wig was like. That movie. It was just like one
I don't
moment it
care
was like
what
this,
nobody
and then
say, dog. Ray J is hilarious and he's a marketing genius, dog.
Ray he is because Ray J say whatever.
And
It
he be
just
so serious about the shit he's selling. When that nigga was selling them glasses and he was like, these are never break. Never, I promise. And the nigga was like, let me see them glasses. And broke them hoes in half. That nigga was like,
no,
well,
yeah,
I
Ray
didn't say
J.
they weren't gonna break that way, goddamn it. Like that
Ray
nigga
J.
he didn't
Well, no,
stop.
what it was, that's not what it was. Ray J had the glasses, and Ray J was like, these glasses are unbreakable. And
Right.
so he gave them to old dude. He was like, go ahead, break them. And dude was like, man, I'm not gonna do that. He was like, break them. He's like, you sure? He was like, man, they're not they are unbreakable. Break them. And old boy was just like, click. And then the look on Ray J's face afterwards was classic. It was like, it was like, it was like, man, I'm embarrassed, but I gotta
But I
play
don't
it
give a
cool.
fuck. I gotta keep it going. Gotta
I
keep
gotta
it
play
going.
it cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, now Ray J, he say
And
funny shit.
I'm getting some Raycons anyway, so I don't give a fuck.
The AirPod, I heard
Yeah,
they're good. Actually, I hear they're
they was
actually really
fucking
good.
amazing.
Yeah, but he one of them type of dudes, man. He say shit because he knows it's gonna get a reaction. That's
And
what he does.
but he be so serious though, and that's what's hilarious about it. That's serious.
Yeah, nah, he definitely be mad serious. He say shit with a straight face for sure. So, did you see when you saw that he hosted the Breakfast Club for like a week? He helped guest host it for like
No,
a week.
no,
So you
I
know
didn't
they
know
trying
that.
to okay, well every week or something like that, they're putting in some like they have a new guest host. I think they're trying to
Okay.
like get a good fit. The best person I've seen so far, me personally, who I think hosted it, is Just Hilarious, and I'm not even a big Just Hilarious fan, like at all. But when she's up there with Envy and Charlamagne, she actually seems like she's a pretty good fit. Like she's good for that, I think personally, because they had I want to say that they had like Angela Rye on there. They had Nori host a couple of times. Um, what's the name of that one guy? Jason Lee, the little gossip dude.
Yeah.
Um, who else? It was a couple of other people, but so far, man, I think Jess Hilarious has been the best one I've seen on there.
Yeah, I don't pay attention to it no more. Breakfast Club kind of they got old after a while and corny,
Yeah,
and they like to play in each other's butt and shit, and I don't fuck with that shit.
I think that they've gotten so big to where now it's a politics game.
Yeah.
A little bit, you know. That's kind of how I feel, but it does it now. I will say after Angela Lee has, I mean Angela Yee has left. It does have a different mood vibe, you know. I guess because people are trying to adjust to her not being there.
It doesn't matter. She was
So
on like, every episode, every show she did. She talked about herself the entire time. Even with the guests, she'd always bring it back to her. So I didn't give
yeah,
a shit if she was there or not.
yeah, but that's whatever.
Yeah,
But anyhow, this is what 9:18.
yeah, man.
All right. Well, I think this is about a good time to go ahead and take things to a close.
Yeah,
Man, you got any shout outs?
yeah, man. Shout out to Crystal, of course. You know what I'm saying. What's up,
Absolutely.
sis? You know what I'm saying. Shout out to MJ, Joe, Miss Sean, of
Yep.
course.
Yep.
Um, Shout out to everybody out here. You know, living their life, dog.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I got a couple of shout outs too, man. First of all, shout out to once again, shout out to King Tiger Taekwondo. We still working
Yeah,
through this thing and we're getting the prints done. We had a very, very, very successful shoot a couple weeks ago.
yeah.
I also want to give a shout out to Martial Arts and Fitness Academy out in Missouri City.
All right, Mo
Just
City.
worked out with them. Just worked with them to do a big shoot. So we just knocked that stuff out. I'll be getting that stuff out pretty soon. So thank y'all for rocking out on that. And I think that's it. Nothing really else significant has happened. Oh, hold on. I got fussed at. I got
Yeah.
fussed at
Yeah, go
last
ahead.
time we recorded.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Shout out to my beautiful wife,
There you go,
Adrian,
sister-in-law.
because she was like, "You never shout me out."
Yeah.
So
Oh,
I'm shouting you out
my
this
bad,
time, baby.
sister-in-law.
I'm shouting you out since you never feel like you get a shout out. Thank you for being my rock.
Yeah,
You know what
man.
I'm saying? But I think that's pretty much it. And
That's
on
it,
that note,
man.
once again, shout out to Crystal for sure. She's our number one fan. She's the one that kind of helps put the videos and the clips and all that stuff out, which I know I haven't put out a few clips in a while. I've been very busy, so just bear with me. More clips will be coming. But what I'm saying is that she's our only patron.
Yeah.
So with that being said, if you do enjoy the show, if you've been a fan of the show, be sure to go check out our Patreon link if you want to support the show that way. If you don't want to support it that way, you can definitely support by subscribing, sharing, liking. If you're watching the video, jump in the comments and talk with us, man. We want to have that conversation with you. Again, this show is about a conversation about nothing, and a conversation about nothing is a conversation about any and everything. So
Fucking
chime
right.
in on this shit. It ain't about politics and money all the time. We can just talk about what the fuck ever. We just like to
Yeah.
talk. So yeah, check out the Patreon. Be sure to subscribe, all that good stuff. I'm still trying to get that merch link going on. I did take heed to that. I don't know what's going on. I did try to work with it. It's just kind of being really weird. So I've been kind of tinkering with it here and there. So just kind of bear with me on that. And then what else? Is that it?
That's it, man.
Okay, I think that's it. All right, guys. Well, thanks again for tuning in, and until next time, hopefully we'll be back in a week. Just bear with. We might see you in a week. We might see you in about 4 years. We may be banned from YouTube after tonight. I don't know. But anyway, until next time, we will catch y'all later. Peace.